Hello everybody, it's Michelle with Michelle's Whimsy and Bling. I'm just trying to get set up, trying to have enough light on the cards and stuff like that. So anyways, that's what we're kind of doing. Kind of making more of a disaster out of everything. So thank you so very much for joining me tonight. I appreciate it. I do apologize that I had to reschedule from last week. The what happened was my beloved pup, Cooper, named after the Cooper Bridge Run down here in Charleston. He had to go back to the ER vet here for the second time in like less than 12 hours. And so anyways, I would love to be able to tell you that he is doing fine, but early Saturday morning we had to make the decision to allow him to go peacefully. So that's where we're at. So let's move on to happy stuff. Thank you so much for being here. I do appreciate it. I'm still trying to get used to doing my videos and my lives in my new place, and it's just, you know, I'm still working out the bugs. So tonight I thought we would go ahead and do some alternatives for the Hello Hollyhocks kit. I don't know why. I always want to say like Happy Hello Hollyhocks or Happy Hollyhocks, but it is the Hello Hollyhocks kit. And this particular kit, believe it or not, has 0 stamping in it, which is nice, especially if you wanted to take it like at the beach or wherever. It's really nice that way. But just to show you what you would get in the box, you get some tear and tape for some of this stuff. I've used some of it, not all of it. You get the mini dimensionals, and I only have 3 of the bling left. I used them, they're very nice. And then you can see I've also taken out the English version of all of the sentiments. I'm gonna say German, Dutch, I'm not sure. Bonjour, I know that's French, right? So merci, that's French, I think. But and dang, I don't know. Sometimes I can barely speak English, so I don't know. But it's really good that apparently in a lot of the kits now that they're creating for us, they are having multiple languages, so you don't have to specify which particular language for the kit that you want. So I still have all those. I don't know anybody that speaks those languages, that I don't even know what the languages are, so I am not using them. So anyways, we have about 6 alternative cards to go through tonight, but these are the cards right here that were made based on the instructions of the kit, and they are very pretty. And they also are double. They have both sides of the cardstock printed. So you know I had to go ahead and chop them up, and I had to go ahead and make more cards, because I just can't have a pretty background on the back of a card. I mean, because like, who's going to look at the back? Are you going to stand the back up on your mantle? No. But I appreciate the ability to be thrifty with how Stampin' Up! Does their things. So these are the cards from the kits that it comes with. And so based on these, let's go ahead and move into our alternatives. Kind of have them kind of organized, maybe a little bit. I've done all the prep work. So this is the card based on the front of this card. You know what? I think I am a little too far away. Let me see if I can move you down just a little bit without getting everybody dizzy, hopefully. Okay, now I'm straight again. So this is the card from the kit. This is my alternatives. So let me just explain real quick what I did. I use Pretty Peacock. Pretty Peacock works wonderful with almost, I think, all of this. because the coordinating colors, and what is great, here are the instructions, full color instructions, which is wonderful, because if it was black and white, it'd be really hard for me. The coordinating colors are Daffodil Delight, Calypso Coral, Flirty Flamingo, Old Olive, Peach Pie, which is one of our new end colors, Petal Pink, and Pretty Peacock. Now, just to let you know, this is the Petal Pink, this is the Flirty Flamingo, this is the very bright Daffodil Delight, this is the Peach Pie, and this is the Old Olive, and then of course the Pretty Peacock. I tried these up against all of them, and it really was Pretty Peacock. So we're going to do some stamping, not a lot, and we are going to be pulling our sentiments out of the Something Fancy stamp set, and this particular stamp set has a die attached to it. Now, this is not one of the stamp sets that is part of the bundle savings through the end of June, because this one had already come out, I think it's sometime last year. So it's a returning product. So the stamp and the dies are no longer bundled together. But so on this one, we are going to use the sentiment, "You matter to so many." I think that is just really nice. And just to let you know, oh, I'm sorry. Oh no, this is stamp. It's been a long day, y'all. Long day. These are the dies that come with this. And it was this particular die that I used to cut out the sentiment. So I've already cut out that. So we're going to go ahead and get our stamp, find our ink. I don't have as much space here to spread out and do my stuff at. So again, it's a little bit of a challenge. So we are going to ink this up. Remember, it's tap, tap, tap. And I'm hoping that with this being a red rubber stamp, that I don't need to have the piercing mount underneath of it. And I did pretty good. Yay me! Let's close up the ink, because you know I will get my hands into it. So here I just went ahead, I cut this card base in half, and I went ahead and I cut it down to, oh, what would it be? 4 by 5 1/4, so that it would be like a little frame. And that way it allowed me to cut off where the card was folded. And I apologize for hearing the air conditioner, but just like probably the rest of the United States, it's a little hot down here in South Carolina. We are a little on the warm side. I heard, although I did not check, I just heard that the heat index was about 103 or 106. Wasn't fit for man or beast out there. So there's that. And then I went ahead and I used my dimensionals. And let's go ahead, and I do not want to use the mini dimensionals are hard for my fingers to work with. I have stubby fat fingers, and I seem to be having a little bit of issues picking up things. So trying to get the paper things off of them is just a little difficult. So that's why I'm going to use my Take a Pick tool. Well, hey there, Amy from Simply Elizabeth's Crafts. I forgot to keep looking at the chat. You do so well looking at the chat. I do not. Now, I have 3 of these little bling that came with this kit, and they are really nice. But I pulled out of my stash what I thought would look good, and I think there is one of these that has something very similar to this particular bling here. Okay, I get really good, and then I'm like, I don't know where to put it. All right, so here's the original card, and here's the alternative. It's pretty easy. So, and don't worry, we will be using that stuff later on. Let's see. Hello, you always want the front facing. You, well, yeah, whatever. Anyway, so let's move on to the next card. The next card uses the back side of the first card we just did. And then we're going to use pieces from the kit. We're going to use the Hello sentiment. Now this is going to be just a little bit of a complaint. These are very fragile in my opinion. You could probably maybe do a roll up of a glue dot so that they would stay down a little bit more, or you could try to do liquid glue, which is kind of what I did, I think, on this. So let's go ahead and get things attached. Lots of practice forgetting when I started. Yeah, so many things to remember. It's like, oh, what's my name? Where am I? What kit are we using? I have no idea. So many things to remember. So many things. So then I just use the glue here to attach this. Probably didn't need all of it on there, but. And then dimensionals. I don't know why I can lose a dimensional and then some. So now we're going to go ahead and do, you definitely want to do this part before you put your sentiment on so that you can cover up the bottom pieces. I tried to turn mine so they were kind of like at an angle. But I really love this Pretty Peacock and Old Olive. I think it was sometime before Christmas. I stumbled upon another demonstrator's YouTube page, and she was taking one of our Christmas paper, and she was using Old Olive and Pretty Peacock, and she was making the most beautiful cards. And it was not until I saw her use this color combination that I went, you gotta be kidding me. Those two colors go together. I never would have thought they would have gone together. So, all right, now we can do our dimensionals, and then we can find the bling, because we're now out of bling from the kit. We just want to make sure that we cover up. There you go. Now the bling that I have three choices. The old standby is the pearls, the iridescent basic pearls, which I think are just gorgeous. I think they would definitely work with probably every single card. And then I found these. These are Petal Pink and the Pretty Peacock, and they're, I don't know what they have inside of them, like specks of gold. I thought those would be pretty too, but I found these. I can't get them out. These plastic sleeves are really great from Amazon, except for when you have one that is just slightly too big and you're trying not to rip it, and you're on live, and all the things go wrong when you're on live. Anyway, these I thought looked very, very close to, if not exactly the same as the ones that were in the kit. So I think I'm going to use these, and we're going to do a big one, and then we're going to do a little one and another little one. And you know, even with this particular one, you could probably use the silver or even the black on here. I probably could have done a better job of spacing out where my bling goes, but there you go. So from, where was the original card? From this original card, we now have gotten two alternative cards. I think that's pretty good. I like that. So moving on, the next one is going to be with the old olive. We kind of have a little mess going on over here, you know? So, where was it? This is the original card, and you really do have to use the mini dimensionals that come in the kit for this frame because it's very, very tiny. Or the foam tape, I think it is, would work on this too. I think it would be skinny enough on there. I don't actually have any. So we had thanks on this one. So on the alternative, we're just going to do thinking of you. And all I did again was take the initial card base, cut it in half, cut it down to 5 1/4 by 4. You know, I remember when I first started watching card videos, and I very clearly remember the demonstrator that I was watching at the time that I had this thought. I'm like, how in the world does she keep in her mind all these measurements? I just can't. I had to write it down. I had to I mean, it was kind of like a little mess. I'm like, I would never be able to remember all that, ever. But yeah, I can quilt. I can do that. I can cut it all out. But now I'm just like, okay, there are sometimes I get a little bit, I don't know, I might not be able to remember all that stuff, but it comes back to you. Now, I think on this one, there's at least 1 or 2 here where I'm using this particular flower that I kind of want to trim, and I didn't bring scissors. Kind of wanted to trim off the very bottom so that they definitely do not show through. And of course, I should have done it before I stuck it down, but I didn't. Let's just do a little trim there. And then we're also going to attach this first, and then we're going to do a combination of dimensional and glue. And I kind of also want to place this strategically where the thinking of you kind of covers up stuff down there. So, more dimensionals. See, it's pretty easy to go through a lot of dimensionals now. So what you saying, Elizabeth, over there? Petal pink, yes. Petal pink and peacock. I really did not think when they came out with peacock, pretty peacock, that I was gonna like that color. I remember all the demonstrators like, oh, it's so pretty. Oh, I'm so excited for it to have come back, and not realizing at the time that it was a color apparently we used to have, and it returned. And I was like, I don't think I like that color that much. So I lost something. I've lost my mind. Well, I don't know where the other one went to. Maybe this is the one. So we're just gonna do, I love putting a little bit of bling at the end of a, what do they call it? Dovetail, I think. So there you have it. Original card and alternative. So let's move on to the next one. Now the next one is we have to do some stuff. You see where this is a shape? That is coming from this punch. I do not remember the name of that punch, but we need to go ahead and kind of do a little bit of measuring, just a little bit. If I was a pen, well, okay, this particular piece, if I remember correctly, don't you always use your scratch pad here to write things down? It's like one little notch past the 3.5 inch. And then I'm sure it's an 1/8 or a 16th. Math is not my strong suit. And then it's the last notch before the 5-inch mark. I know. So what we're gonna do is I'm just going to kind of, I did this in pen on the original, and I would have to really lean over to get a pen. I seem to be pen deficient here. I just want to mark where this is going to sit, or yes, lay, not sit, but lay, you know, be adhered to this, because what we're going to do, we are going to cut a circle, and we want to make sure, I know it's really, really, really hard to see, the little notches where I had indicated that that went. I want to make sure that my circle, the end of my circle, goes above that. And then here, the same thing here. These notches, I want to make sure that this punch goes above it, because we will use those two things. So now we are not wasting that pretty paper. We're going to attach that, and then we're going to attach this, and then we'll do that. And yep, and we will use this in one of the next cards, and we will stamp on it, stamp on it. I am trying to remember. Measurements are not my thing. Love. Yes, I see how you have that little ruler thing attached to your words are hard, your cutting contraption, y'all. Maybe I'd do better if I did videos early in the morning, but only after I had coffee. So let's go ahead and put these mini little dimensionals on here. And you really try to line them up so that you don't see any part of the little hexagon when it is adhered. So you kind of want to make sure that you do it the right kind of way. I think that one's probably going to be showing a little bit. Oh well. Just take your pick tool. I love it. I remember one of the first, there were like 3 or 5 things that when I first got into watching videos by other demonstrators, I'm like, oh, I gotta have that. Oh yes, that would be so good. One of them was the stamp cut and emboss machine, because I was like, wait a minute, I need that machine to get all these pretty die cuts, and I need this machine to make these nice little backgrounds of embossing. Oh yeah, okay. So when I ordered my stamping kit way back, that was what I got. I got the big stamp cut and emboss machine, because it came in just under the amount that was needed. So there's that, and then let's go ahead and attach this. And oh, did you know that, you know what, I am talking and I'm not paying attention. Let's go ahead and put this on so that I don't have glue going all over my table. I don't think the husband would be real happy to come home and be seeing glue on the table. I wouldn't either, that's for sure. All right, so we punched 2 tabs, 2 punches, two things out of the background. And now we are going to go ahead and take, so me sitting here chit-chatting along, I did the pretty peacock on dimensionals and I left that flat. So, well, you know what? Nope. We are going to go with what I've done now because there's no taking it back. So, so I cannot talk and craft on a live at the same time. That's good information to know. Sorry, y'all. Anyways, so I knew I needed to have the stamp cut and emboss machine. Oh, and by the way, I'm pretty sure, but you'll need to double check on this. I am pretty sure that that is also 10% off till the end of June. Uh-oh. And I think that applies to the big one, who I have affectionately named Big Lou, and the little one, and I have the blue one. I think that one is so pretty, little boho blue there. Now we are going to have to definitely put this up on dimensionals now that I have messed up just a little bit. I cannot talk and craft at the same time. Oh well. So I knew I wanted the embossing stamp cut and emboss machine, and then I knew I needed to have a take a pick tool. I definitely needed to have that. All right, so we are gonna go right here in the middle. The problem is, okay, this is how you fix it on the fly. You just do it like that, and we're not going to put any more dimensionals on this. No more. Put some glue on that, and I just tried to get it in the middle as best as possible. And then on here, we just are doing the thanks. It does fit. All right, so there you go. Bling. We need more bling. And I really like doing 3 on an angle, whether they be big ones or small ones, or do a big one and then 2 small ones onto the side. So get the dimensionals off. So here we have our original card and then our alternative. And let's see. Next up is this. And so this card, the basis came from this right here where it was this card. So this is the original and these are the alternatives. And we have some stamping to do here. And you know, I thought I had done really good at trying to get all of my yes, ooh, the machine is 10% off. Woohoo! Yes. All right, so we are grateful for the magic, and this is it. Remember, tap, tap, tap. Don't smush, smush, smush. I've actually smushed, and it hasn't come out pretty. Not bad. So I thought I had done really, really well getting all of my stuff organized, and I really have made a lot of progress. And when I was finding homes for all of my stuff, I was like, ooh, I found my adhesive sheets. Here are the adhesive sheets, and you get 12 long sheets, and you have to do a lot of die cutting and stuff to use this up, but I don't remember the price, but they're probably not more than $12, I think. I really don't know. So I made my initial alternative, this one, without the benefit of an adhesive sheet. And I was like, oh man, I really need the adhesive sheets. I kept looking and I kept looking. Finally, I was like, I wonder if they're in this. And they were right there. I was so happy to find those adhesive sheets. So on this one, you can see I've done the adhesive back there and I have punched out the little things. But on here, I thought that we would just spend some quality time. Actually, we could go ahead and punch them out, but sometimes when you do the adhesive sheet, you can actually, the adhesive sheet will take off some of that. So we just need to take your pick tool again and just get it started. I know for some of these delicate type dies is just the best. See, it took out some of that so I don't have to poke it, and it didn't take out the rest. So I guess we're gonna poke. It did part of the job for me, so I'm happy about that. Glad that you're liking these alternatives. Uh-oh. And so now, you know what? Maybe next time I don't take off that adhesive sheet. I just go ahead and leave it on and poke out my stuff. But seriously, it does work. There have been some where it's like hardly anything to poke out. So now my finger is getting sticky. Oh well. It is just the way it is. So learn from my mistake. Leave the adhesive on. Poke your stuff out. And then take the adhesive sheet off. Trust me. Thank me later. Don't do as I do on this. All right. So now that I have stuff sticking to my fingers and the table, let's see if we can get this down without much more going wrong. All right. All I can do is laugh, y'all. That's all I can do. But it becomes a sticker. And that is the best part, because it was a little bit of a challenge to glue, to find places to put all of the glue when I was making the alternative. And, you know, if you have pieces sticking up over these die cuts, it's just, you run the risk that your card will not last as long. So, uh-oh, I got a stray one here. All right. Yes, and we do have more die cuts going on tonight. Before I lay that down, let me go ahead and snip these. And then we're going to put these, the Sentiment Up Undimensional, and then add bling. You know, I'm really grateful that people, demonstrators, everyone is willing to share what to do and also what not to do, because, you know, sometimes it just is big old oops. Let's see. All right, so there we have. Oh, I forgot to tell y'all. I had it sitting right out here. These two die cuts, no brain at 7 o'clock. These two die cuts are out of this new stamp set called Flowers of Beauty. And I'm pretty sure that this is part of the 10% off bundle sale through the end of the month. So it is your clear stamps. I have not even used the stamps yet. I just used these two dies. And then this one will cut out I think this one here, I'm not sure. I did match them up when I was looking. And at the end, I'll show you what I did with these two. That was pretty cool. I was like, okay. So, Flowers of Beauty, I'm pretty sure it is part of the 10% off bundle sale. And I don't think it, I think you can still order. I don't think it went on the not orderable thing. Okay, so one card, the original card, and there is an alternative. So let's do the next one. And some, is it already? Yep, we are already at the last one. We have more die cuts. Remember the circle? So let's see if I can put this together right. I'm just gonna, y'all. Guess who does get glue on the table? So I was thinking I wasn't going to get the glass mat that is going to be orderable on, oh, is it July 3rd? Is it July 3rd everybody can order, Amy? I can't remember. And maybe I do need to have that glass mat. So I'm not going to make the mistake that I did on that last one. We're going to sit here and we're going to just chit chat while we poke out these things, because my fingers are still sticky from that adhesive sheet. So if you like seeing all of my oops, and do what I say, don't do as I do, because when I mess up, please feel free to go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and if you select all, then you will be notified whenever I post a video or I'm going to go live. Now that I have finished moving, oh, can we just say hallelujah, that's done? My goal is to be going live on Wednesdays at 7:30. That's the goal. And occasionally I might throw in some pre-recorded videos. Okay. It usually is not this difficult. I'm not really sure why this one's being stubborn. I don't know. It's being more stubborn than I want. Anyway, so I was really happy that out of the cards in this kit, was able to get, what, 6 alternatives? May not have made any additional cards, because, you know, my goal with doing alternatives, whether it be from Paper Pumpkin or from a kit, is to see how many cards can be made with the pieces and parts from the kit. That's what I love to be able to do, you know. But, oh mercy, sorry y'all, so sorry. I know this is like watching water boil, right? As I had to watch water boil tonight for my mac and cheese. Yes. So as you sit here painfully watching me try to get all of these things out, why don't you tell me in the comments ideas of what you would like to see? Do you want to see fun folds? Do you want to see one sheet wonders? Do you want to see how to use a stamp set and dies, or an entire suite with different, you know, how many ways could it be used to get different cards, or how can you mix and match? So let me know what you'd like to see, and I will try to make it happen. I know my favorite thing is probably one sheet wonders, because coming from being a quilter, it's like taking fabric and seeing how many things I can get from it. Okay. Wow, I'm glad this is the last card because this one is painful. It's just painful. So let's see if we can get this off, and maybe it'll take a lot of the stuff with it. Maybe there's a special thing you have to do when you rip it. If you rip it really slowly, does it take it off? Maybe that's the key. Hallelujah. All right, so we're going to put this one in the back. There is one little one that didn't come out, and I am not going to worry about that. I am trying to get that piece off, though. Oh my gosh. We are almost there. We're a home stretch. You know what? Let me go ahead and just snip these. Oh, I have pretty peacock in my calypso coral. Y'all. Okay. All right, now we're going to attach this. This is like 1/4 of an inch, maybe, I think, wide. And then I wanted it to go in the original. I had it go all the way to the edge of the actual card base. So now we are going to stamp. Nothing fancy, just love. And then we will, oh, and I was a little finicky. I mean, you can have these little splatters go any which way. I just really wanted them to go up and down, because I thought if they went crazy, it might make me a little crazy trying to look at it. I know, I'm weird. You can say it. You love one sheet. Oh, thank you. I haven't done a one sheet wonder in a long time. Kind of itching to do one. And yes, oh my gosh, this pretty peacock. This was not the way using the adhesive sheets was supposed to go. Just telling you right now. That was not how it was supposed to go. It was supposed to be easy, because usually it is easy. I don't know if these particular pieces just, I don't know. So now we're going to use our bling, because we love some bling. Ooh, where did it go? So now that you've watched the Hot Mess Express with Michelle of Whimsy and Bling, I hope you have had a chance to laugh tonight, because gracious me, I think every single time I am on with y'all, it is like, okay, what can go wrong? They are surely laughing at me. Surely they are. They have got to be laughing at me. So let's see if I can collect all of the cards that we did. We did 6 alternatives. Let's see if I can figure out which ones we did. So we did that one, we did this one, that one, that one, that one. All right, so here are the cards. I think there's 6. These 2, and then these 2, and then these 2, all stemming from these original ones. Now, remember that little die that I showed you in the Flowers of Beauty? These cut out these little flowers. So I had cut off some pieces from the cards, and I was like, you know me, I cannot be throwing any scraps away. If there's a way to make a card out of scraps, I'm gonna try to do it. So that's what I did. I played around, you know, just keeping with the same colors, same punch, same, you know, sentiment stamp set. And I just layered them, the little flower on top of the big flower, and then I used the black out of this particular bling. So I don't consider them part of the kit. They were just extra ones because I had the scraps laying around, and I'm just not going to throw out scraps. So there you have it. Thank you for watching. Yes, my stamp set just fell on the floor. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have laughed. I really do hope that you will get this particular kit because it is very, very pretty. Very, very pretty. There's no stamping involved, and you don't have to do the alternatives. You can have 9 beautiful cards that you can send out to your friends and family. So thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Thank you for all the comments, and y'all have a great day, great night. Bye.